not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
Ooh, it's getting rough. Ah. Oh, man. God.
Back hurting?
Yeah, it's hurting pretty bad. It's getting very tiring out here.
Don't forget to grab you some can of comfy when we go up to the house.
Can of comfy?
So whether you're working on the garden, raking leaves, or playing with your favorite superhero, when you get an ache in the pains, well, I always reach for Pre's Trees. It helps what ails you, people. I'm telling you, good stuff. See my friend Bernadette and the Blue Dot family. Get your aches and pains fixed up. We'll see you later.
Pre's Trees, Pre's Trees. It's good for your shoulders and good for your knees. Pre's Trees.
Our dear friend Bernadette.
Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Now repeat all that again because I hope everybody was able to hear that. Please in the chat, let me know if you actually heard all that. We had to put this together in a rush, and right now when we just said hello, the audio was off. But I think the audio was on for the video, so just let us know. Anyway, Dad, go ahead and start.
I'm looking at the chat now. Oh, no sound. Oh, no sound.
No. Just make sure that's no sound on you, not the video.
Yeah.
Because again, your microphone was off when I started it. So
If somebody could give us, nope, didn't hear it. Monica says she did not hear it. Oh, darn. It sounded so good, too. You want to retry it? Anyway, it's Thursday. I can, Bill, while you try to set it up again if you want.
again, if I had more time to fix this up and figure out the problem is, because now I'm going to have the problem solved. So give me a few minutes while I figure that out.
Go ahead.
Oh, see, people are saying they heard it. Don't freak me out like that, damn it.
Oh, wait. Yeah, they're saying now. Did you hear the sound on the video? Yes, we heard it. There you go. Bill Jones chimed in. We heard it. There you go. Val Woods letting us know. So I am so brokenhearted that our dear friend Bernadette is not in the room tonight. She is not seeing that. Whatever the electric company, PG&E out there, whatever it is, has her power cut off. Not because she didn't pay the bill or nothing. It's one of them things they do out there. They have power outages out there, and Bernadette right now is caught up on the first thing she'll see when she goes to look at the video will be that little commercial that Travis, I, and Tyler did today. Travis did all the work. Well, we was doing the physical shit. Well, he got plenty of that too. Anyway, it's Thursday, baby. And before we get kicked off, I want to reach back to Tuesday, one day ago. Craig Anderson, 53, donated $10 through Super Chat and said, "Old guy here in Iowa, we have a chance to flip Joni Ernst's Senate seat here in Iowa. Put in a plug for Teresa Greenfield. Vote blue." Where's my thing? So saith Craig Anderson 53. And indeed, we will probably get to her in all the Senate races. We are still continuing our Two for Blue campaign, and I'm proud to know that that there are plenty of blue dots participating, and it just makes me feel good. It should make the whole family feel good. I got mail today, baby. First mail I've had in a while. I got a card from Paulette Hallbeck up in Plano, Illinois, and she sent a card, and it says, "Some days it's just one thing on top of another, and hang in there," she said, and there's a donkey on top of it. But she wrote, "Dear family, good to hear you are planting a garden at your house. Up north here, we can have to wait a while till it warms up a bit. I've been sending my support to all the candidates you listed, including a short note to each about you all. Thanks for doing that service. I'm happy to be a part of the Blue Dots now at these trying times, but one day we'll look back and find we were working, that we are wearing I Survived Corona t-shirts. Love and stuff, Paulette." Paulette is the one that also sends us our funny times every month. She is a dear friend. She included a very nice donation in there, and we appreciate the shit out of that. And I got a card today from Deborah Gerlach, who is a member of Blue Dot family and has been for a long time. And she wrote, "Sending love and thanks for your concern and support. Without you, we all wouldn't have such a great and special Blue Dot family. I'll be back soon, Deborah." And she had her surgery today, and her friend is posting on Facebook and letting us know she came through a 12-hour surgery. It looks good. She's in recovery, so we wish her the best of it. She'll have her laptop and stuff. She won't be able to talk for a little while, but she'll be able to receive messages. They're going to put the address of what the hospital she's going to go into, and then she's going to have to go into rehab, whatnot. We'll try to keep everybody in the family updated and let them know what's going on. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for jumping in. John Diddybag, I love that, because anybody that's been in the military knows what a ditty bag is. John Diddybag showed up, followed by It's Showtime. Karen Van Wyk showed up. Ruben Michaels, Monica Burns, baby. I saw your pictures in the Facebook. Boy, howdy, what a difference it just made it, and I'm so proud of both of you. Donna Bonacosi, how you like that mead, baby, is in the room. Mega Wet Willie, I was wondering what I scribbled down there. It's Mega Wet Willie. And Teresa Diggum, Wayne Fleck, Bill Jones, and indeed, where's Waldo Mitch? I'm right here, baby. Mitch Banner joined us also, and I want to thank Linda Douglas, Sandra Newen, Dion Bowling, Adina Michael, and Michael Bussain, Terry Butler, and all of you for showing up. Well, I guess we're all in lockdown. Basically, the whole country, I guess, is going to be, what do you want to call it?
Well, I don't know, but we're doing a good service because Andre Jackson writes in the chat, "Thank God I'm bored. I need you guys." So glad that we can help with that, Andre.
Glad we're part. I'm glad that we're being of some kind of service anyway. This Blue Dot family has been and will continue to be a main focus in our life. And we're going to be here, shit, if we have to, we'd be here every day. But it may come to that. I don't know if we have internet. You know,
we better have internet.
Well, they're talking about, you know, everybody's at home watching Netflix, streaming Netflix, and it's going to break the internet shit.
That kind of concerns me just because, you know, I thought the internet couldn't be broken by that kind of means of everybody watching Netflix. It's like, come on now, like, shit. They should have been able to hold that kind of traffic anyway, but whatever.
Hello, Cassie Hicks.
They think their business is just as important as any pharmacy, grocery store, and anything else. So as a fellow gamer and nerd or whatever to GameStop, fuck you guys. You are not by any means an important necessary. Let your employees go home and make sure they're taken care of financially. No one needs to go into a small ass store and be buying video games in person. They can do that shit online, have it shipped to their door, whatever. but you are not as important as a fucking pharmacy.
Thank you, Lori.
Get over your fucking selves. So, that's my little rant of the day. Fuck GameStop.
Done use that word.
Yeah, I did. I
Yeah,
mean,
screwed it
Bernadette's
up.
not here to say fuck Trump.
I know it, but she
figured I'd
put it
st-
right there.
I know,
In the
she did.
chat, she put a notice out there to make sure somebody.
I know. GP&E shut their power off at 8 o'clock this morning, and
Any
she
idea?
won't get it back until about 6
Oh, you
jeez.
her
shit.
time.
That's another 2 hours.
2 hours from now.
Boy, howdy. Ain't that sad?
And
That's
so-
just pitiful.
Yeah,
And I was pumped for it too. What'd you think of the commercial?
I know.
Where's TW?
I know.
I'm here.
How'd you
here.
like that?
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it?
I didn't hear it. You guys bring me in. I didn't hear it because for some reason it blanked out, and then I got kicked back into the room again.
Oh shit! Well, we're gonna play it again here in
I
a little
didn't
while.
hear that. I didn't
I
hear
thought
it
about
either
you,
because
John.
I don't have.
I've got snow here, blizzard warnings.
You do. I'm outside my shorts today, sweating like there wasn't no tomorrow today. It's hot down here.
Ah, darn, it's blizzard in here. We got
Oh,
blizzard
shit,
sideways.
buddy. Yep.
73 here.
That RV's
Yeah,
got
you guys
wheels,
are just
don't
not
it?
making it any fun, you know. That's
TW,
not
that
fun.
RV's got wheels, don't it?
Yeah, but it's parked right now.
Well, one parked that sucker. You know how to drive in the snow? Move to where ain't no
Oh, yeah.
snow. That's the way
Put
I
a
look at
snowplow on that bitch.
it. Ah, shit. Yeah, I'm so just sad that Bernadette wasn't here to see that. I know she's going to see it later, but so
Here in a minute, if
She
you
may
want,
have
what
already
I can
seen it.
do,
she may have.
What
Huh?
I can do really quick is here in a minute after you introduce everybody and make sure everything's afloat and if I can trust you, I can upload this alone to the channel while we're live so I can run down, because I can't use this computer to do it. I'd run down, upload the video on its own, and then put it in the Discord so everybody can see it whenever they want.
Oh,
So,
that'd be good.
Yeah, so
that'd
I'll
be
do
good.
that
Well,
in just a
Sounds
minute.
good.
That's good. Oh, okay. Go ahead with the show, you mean?
Yeah, for now. I'm not going to do it right this second. I want to make sure
All
you're
right.
not going to...
Hello,
break
Tina.
anything.
How are you doing, darling?
How are you, sir? Nice to see you.
Nice. Nice.
sir.
Thank you. Nice to have you here. We appreciate your voice. Everything going fine in your world?
Yeah, everything's going fine. Working from home. Little stir crazy, but taking all the precautions just like everybody else.
Well, good. That's what we all need to do. They're really pushing that, and it's the best thing we can do. It looks like it's going to get bad, so we should all
Everybody
take care of
got it?
each. Yeah. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Just want to say we just got all hunkered down and support one another.
Yeah, that's what it is now. It's a matter of making sure, before we all go out in the balcony and start singing, we got to stay together, baby. That's what this is, and we got to encourage as many as we can, because it's going to be a stressful time. Us living out in the country, we're usually pretty well socially distanced automatically anyway.
Yeah, like this is
Yeah.
nothing new to me
Yeah,
at all.
Travis is rather happy about it.
Well, I'm not even happy about it. I mean, because Rose is still having to work. I'd be happy if Rose was able to go
Kumbaya.
home.
Yeah, we'll all sit around and sing
I'm with you,
Kumbaya.
TW.
Yeah,
I'm ready. Let's go out on the balcony now and let's sing.
there you go. Benjamin Stroud,
Tina,
how are
I'm
you
not
doing?
going on the balcony.
I'm doing
It's
good.
freezing outside.
All right, TW can
I
stay
know.
inside and see. How's everything up in your world, Ben?
I got an update for you about the coronavirus
What?
from Kansas.
What's up in Kansas?
We're at 34 cases, and we're at 16 in my county, Johnson County, Kansas.
Oh shit, buddy. That is not good. That is not good. Are you
Nope.
properly prepared? Or you got your shit together? You ready
Oh,
to?
yeah, we're staying home. We're staying away from people and everything.
Yeah. It's not that anybody wants to be antisocial.
No,
It's
we just don't want to. Nobody wants to take a risk of catching this.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
It's sad because I talked to a friend of ours up in Austin. You gonna be all right there? I talked to a friend of ours up in Austin, and she just asked, "Can we do a FaceTime call? I've been locked at home in 4 days, and I haven't talked to anybody." And I'm like, "Yeah." So we all
Oh, well, see, you
gathered
guys are
around and-
doing your job, but we just heard somebody was it you, Tina? You were reading, or somebody was reading in the chat room that some of these governors weren't implementing this.
Yeah,
They didn't
that
think it
wasn't
was
me.
worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Daphne. She said she was going
Yeah.
to post the states and show discussion. I know
was
that
Daphne. Yeah.
Texas and Missouri are two of the state governors that aren't
Christina.
doing anything.
Yeah.
That's
Yes, Miss Felda?
I thought it was you that was reading that.
No, I was reading that other article by the Washington Post and talking about the paid sick leave, and it was also talking about China declaring that they had no cases of domestic coronavirus for the previous day. That's what I was talking about. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I seen that on the news today.
Well,
so I don't know if that's true too, but I mean,
Oh, China said that they basically didn't have any cases, any new cases of
any
Yeah.
new
coronavirus.
cases,
Well,
and the
that's-
ones that they did have came from somebody who was abroad.
right.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's going to be moving pretty
I
soon
don't like
here.
being called abroad.
Hey,
Come on.
Daphne, how are you doing, dear? Listen here.
You can
Hey,
call me a lot of things,
uh,
but don't you call me abroad.
I'm not a broad, I'm a
she
lady.
is.
And if you say different, I'll kick your ass. How are you, Duffy?
No, not bad.
Good.
Just enjoying this weird ass weather we got.
Oh, what kind of weather you got?
Well, TW over there, he's got snow and wind, and well,
Yeah.
we've got rain and wind and thunderstorms, and we could even maybe get a tornado.
Oh, boy.
Yay.
Stay the hell
Jeez,
away
let's
from
just-
tornadoes.
Let's just keep adding to this fun
Yeah.
roller coaster we're all on, please.
That's
Just-
Right.
Not enough for you?
No,
Right.
Are
I'm
you shitting
telling
me?
you.
Really,
Boy, howdy shit. What another fine day.
really quick, I just saw an
Oh,
old
boy.
familiar face in the chat, and I just wanted to give him a shout out. Sparky Dunk just wrote, "Hi, John and Travis." Hey, Sparky,
Hey,
how you doing?
How you doing?
Hey.
Hope you're doing good in your neck of the woods and all that good shit.
Sparky Dunk is the moderator for the Bob Kincaid Show, Friday on the Front Porch. He does a lot of work for Bob, and he's a good friend of mine. Sparky and I.
Wicked cool dude.
Oh, he is. He is. He and I were at different times back in the day. We're stationed at the same base in Utapao, Thailand. So it was, we always have something to connect there with. I'm glad Sparky's out there. I missed Friday on the Front Porch. I hope Sparky found out that last Friday, at about, I don't know what time it was, all of a sudden I'm out in the living room taking a break and taking a breath, and I sat down and I went, oh shit. Mama said, what's the matter? I'm supposed to be on the Bob Kincaid Show. Sparky was going to do a Utapao story. So I run in here, get Skype set up, and join the call, and the conversation is going on. And so I'm sitting there listening for a second, just getting ready to, pop into the conversation, and I did. And we talked for a few minutes, and then I said, hey, where's Bob? Oh, John, the show's over. This is the after room chat. No shit.
Oh man!
So Sparky, I am terribly sorry, buddy. I will make it up this Friday. I'll be on Friday on the Front Porch with Bob Kincaid this Friday. Tomorrow, Beer and Bud Friday. Beer and Bud Friday. I'll do my show and
I
then
get
and
so
then run
tickled
over
to
there.
death every time you mention Beer and Bud Friday, and I actually hear people like legitimately excited.
It is Beer and Bud Friday.
It's like,
So put the beer on the ice. Get ready to put the bud in the bowl. Don't put it there now. You'll just smoke it and you have to go put another bowl.
Then you'll have to fill it
Conserve. We have to
again.
conserve in these days. We have to, because you can't run out to the grocery store every time you need to. Speaking of which, we need to remind everybody that it looks like it's going to not be good, but it appears that the supply chains are going to stay open. Food is going to be readily available, and I'm sure if things get too bad in your certain area, I'm sure that the governor or the National Guard in your state is going to have food drops and stuff like that. There's just a lot of things that are going to happen to keep everybody's mind at ease in this time, because it is a worrisome time, especially if you live in a larger city or a suburban area where people are a little tighter. Out in the country here, it's a little more relaxed. We're going about our business just about. I'm going to cut down on my trips into town to get mail. That's more of a gas thing than yeah. So, but
John.
Yeah.
Can I say something, please?
What's up?
People, when you go to the store, the people that are stocking those shelves, don't yell at them.
Oh no.
Exactly.
bless them or whatever,
Oh,
and
yeah, I
tell
heard
them
about
thank
that
you
crap
for
going on.
staying, doing this
Yeah.
for us so that we can be able to come in and shop. You're endangering yourselves for us, and oh my God, and we're going to try and go in with masks and gloves to protect them, protect those workers.
Yes. DBAA.
For all
That's
my
all you
sake.
really have to remember. DBAA. Don't be an asshole. You know,
There you
you
go.
can get through this fine if we just. And I don't know about y'all's experience. Every time I've been to HEB, which is the only other place I've been besides the post office and the gas station, where else I go? Nowhere. People were courteous in the store. You know, smiling, staying out of each other's way, obviously. But no, I haven't seen anybody irate. I did see a video on YouTube because, of course, there's going to be a couple assholes. And
Absolutely.
and if we're lucky, somebody's going to have a video camera or a phone there, and they're going to catch her on video or him, and then we're all going to, you know, get to sit out here and cuss on you. Look at that, James. That ain't that ridiculous. That's pitiful. Like that guy that's stocked up on all the shit, and now got caught. Now he's donating it to charities. He's donating all the stuff he bought to go make a big profit, and he's going to take a loss. I'm supposed to feel sorry for him. I don't think so.
Nope.
Not a bit,
so.
baby. You know.
He's
But
a
please.
fucking asshole.
Yeah, DBAA. Don't be an asshole. That's just about all you
Yep.
got to do in this. But
Yeah, John Velda was telling us something today in the Blue Room that somebody's rant that she's seen today read in the fine print that people on Social Security disability ain't getting shit.
well, now, the
I'm
last
not sure
time,
about that.
yeah, now the last time they did this, when George W. did this, Bush sent out the checks to everybody. Those on Social Security and
$250.
on disability did get those checks. So
Wasn't
if
it 250? I
yeah,
believe?
well, I thought it was 350.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
so
well,
much.
it
It was
was
so much for an individual.
750.
And then
Yeah.
750, I think, or something like that for a couple. And it went
Yeah.
out.
We
You know,
never got it.
that
we never
bothers me
got it.
every time you say that. How come you never got it? You know, everybody I knew got it.
Yeah.
Don't
So,
know.
I knew people
Uh,
that didn't even ask for it and got it.
yeah, nobody asked for it.
Well, I know when up in Washington, there was about 4 or 5 people that I knew that didn't get any of it.
That's bothersome. If it does happen and you don't get it, inquire at your local we'll find out office.
Did you see Joe's show
We'll
today?
find out of this.
Yeah, we'll find out what office that is, and we want to thank
How
Teresa.
about the kick Trump in the ass off?
Yeah, that's the
Hey,
one.
where's my check,
Yeah.
bitch?
There's my freaking check, you asshole. Teresa Diggum just donated $2 through Super Chat. We appreciate that very much, Teresa. It's what keeps this show going,
Where's
baby.
my check?
What's that?
Okay, I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna go
Oh,
upload that
shit.
video to Discord. Do not touch it unless
Oh.
absolutely necessary. We want the show
Don't
to continue
touch it,
going.
John.
Okay.
Hey, John.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember
You don't
Ray
know that stuff,
Stevens?
yeah. Oh yeah. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what
remember-
happened? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, but do you remember the squirrel song?
Yes, the squirrel in the church. I sure do.
Yes.
Oh, that's another good one.
Let's turn that squirrel loose
Yeah.
in Trump's in the
Trump's
White
one,
House
yeah.
in
In the
Trump's
White House.
bedroom.
He'd look up there and say, "Too small. Where are they? I can't find them." You'd hear that little squirrel digging in there all over the place. Can't find shit. Ain't no balls on that man. He's trying. He is really working hard to just, as the story said that I read, rewrite the history of coronavirus. That's what he's trying to do with every time he comes up to the damn podium. And they had a picture there of his notes that he was speaking from the podium when he called it the China
You
virus.
seen that?
Yes,
Yeah.
the word coronavirus is blocked out in the word. He does this shit intentionally. The word China is
John
written
was
up
a
there.
Sharpie.
Yeah, yes,
John, that
always the
was a
Sharpie.
Sharpie.
That's him with the Sharpie again. No, I don't like that. It's the China virus. And it's his way of deflecting responsibility. Hey, you know, I'm doing the greatest job in the world up here, but this China virus over here, the China thing, they caught us off guard. He said, as a matter of fact, this is a quote from our fearless leader. He says, "It would have been much better if we had known about this a number of months earlier. It could have been contained to that one area in China where it started. And certainly, the world is paying a big price for what they did." That's a quote. He knew.
Shit.
We all
Exactly.
freaking knew. Everybody was screaming from the
Exactly.
rooftops, look what's happening over there. It's going to spread. Next thing you know, word pandemic, he is still out making jokes about this
And
shit.
then he has the gall
Calling it a
to,
fucking hoax.
Yes,
he basically has the gall to say, well, I inherited this.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody could
No
expect this. Are you
possibility.
shitting me? That's why they had the pandemic medical office in the White House and all that shit. To work for watch to that shit. Nobody
and then
could have
Costello
thought.
off,
Are
guys.
you shitting me?
Let me
You
interject.
disgusting little what?
Narcissists do not take culpability for anything.
Oh
No,
They don't.
no, it's not my fault. It's that guy. Oh, that guy.
Yeah, and
Pastor,
then- and
do
then check
you
this
take
out.
responsibility?
Costello-
No, not at all. You know, it's disgusting to watch that. Bo howdy. Ohio Dad 70 donated $25 through Super Chat and said, country is at its weakest. Stay strong, Blue Dots. Make room for a coup d'etat. God bless our United States of America and its citizens, both foreign and especially domestic. Blue. Sad. So sad. Ohio Dad 70. Ohio
Check
Dad.
this out, John.
Thank you very much for that. We appreciate you. I've never seen that name in here, so we want to thank you for coming into the family, baby. And welcome.
Thank you and welcome.
Welcome. There you go. What were you going to say there, Ben?
They said last year Trump was briefed on how to handle a pandemic, and he wasn't ready for it.
No. That's what I'm saying. He's trying to deflect. If anybody would have known this shit, he's trying to, it's like the regulations. He's insinuating that he cut and made everything streamlined. He's still bragging about there's going to be a vaccine in days, and they're still saying, oh no, it's going to be a while.
If he wouldn't have had his head up his ass, he might have decided to do something about it.
He's not stopping. He's blaming the governors. Another quote from him. It says, governors are supposed to be doing a lot of this work. Nobody in their wildest dreams would have thought we would need tens of thousands of ventilators. Yeah, that office you threw out of the White House, I'm pretty sure they had
They
those
knew it.
numbers in programs that for a pandemic. That was their job, Donnie.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
I was told that he didn't do that. I was told by a
Reputable
Trump
source.
supporter that was a good friend that said Trump didn't do that.
Yeah, Trump
He
didn't.
didn't do that. And I
Yeah.
says, he lied already to you about it on some other things.
He did.
He lies about every freaking
Oh.
thing. Everything
I know
that's,
it.
part of, and we've seen the market just tank. And that's not good for the country, and it's not good for anybody. Those of us down here on the bottom, it's going to hurt less, but those that have investments in 401, it's going to hurt them. And I keep thinking to myself, half of that stock market drop, half of it dropped because of the supply chain and the disruption that was happening. And the other half, I swear, I think it's just his mouth. His stupid mouth with playing
Every
lies.
time he talks, it drops.
Every
Yeah,
time.
because every time he talks, you can sit there and watch the Dow go.
Yes, and I do. And because I make point, the other day when he started talking, the Dow was at 1,200. By the time he got done, it was down 18. Every time he spoke, it would go down. Now, it went up a little bit today from what I understand because the government is fixing to take a whole lot of that 0% interest from the Fed and make a loan of billions and billions and billions, if not trillions of dollars, and start supporting those.
The airlines.
Yes, the airlines, the shipping companies, small businesses, meaning those of 500 employees or less, and that covers a lot of companies.
If I may
Did you
interject,
hear did you hear his plan on the cruise ships?
Yes.
He's going to bring those in too.
Yes.
It's like, oh my lord.
Bring the cruise ships in for possible hospital ships.
To God, they cleaned them.
Yeah, really,
Oh, to God.
really.
oh my God.
But I think what they're trying to do is concentrate on those that are in the hospital to remove them. They're going to try to put those on hospital ships first, and the patients that are just there for regular stuff, and that way they can free up the actual hospital space for those with the coronavirus that would contain the virus within the hospital itself. And
Well, didn't you do that in China? They the hospitals, they divided them up, or they had one hospital just for corona or something. Weren't
oh
you
yes,
saying
they
that,
built
Barbara?
hospitals. They
Yeah,
built
Melville was
hospitals
telling us
within
about that.
days.
Well, I hope they're also expediting the manufacturing of respirators immediately.
They
They
know,
can't. I hope they're not waiting any longer. They have the right
Oh,
to
no.
get the manufacturer.
they already
to
waited long
create
enough.
them.
They should have been seeing what was going on, and they did see. Everybody saw what was going on in China and the amount, the hospitals they built. We were all there. Look at this. They built a hospital in days. Look at that. Why can't we do that shit? Well, guess what, baby? We need to. Maria Betancourt
China.
just donated $5 through Super Chat and said, Trump knew about COVID-19 in 2019. Trump knew we were not prepared because he disbanded the National Security Pandemic Response Team in 2018. Exactly, Maria. Thank you very much, Maria Betancourt.
Don't forget he
John.
blamed Obama for it. Don't
Yeah,
forget that.
yeah, I'm sure it was his fault, the black guy.
Okay.
Well, they
In
said they
China-
had a couple of Italian workers. They did ventilators, and they had to actually take, because they had to fix some of the ventilators in Italia and in Italy, and they had to make this part out of a 3D model, you know. And they're now being sued by the corporation because they didn't have the right to do that, but they couldn't get the part because they needed the part, and the part wasn't available.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that should be.
Go ahead,
It
Tina.
was an emergency.
So they
Goodbye.
did it. They did it. It only cost them $1 to make the part, but they're now getting sued for billions of dollars. It's like that's.
Yeah, well, the judge in
John?
that case should just throw that out because that's ridiculous. Life is on the line, and that's my whole point. I hope they have already started manufacturing in large numbers respirators because people are going to need it.
That there, it is expected. That, you know, this does not look good. There ain't nobody out there in their right mind trying to sugarcoat this. It's going to get bad, and you know, and before it gets better, it's going to get a whole lot worse. Those of us that are older and stuff, but let me back that up. As the news comes out today, they're trying to inform these young kids, hey, you're not as safe as what you thought you were. So
Right.
they're trying to get a little, you know, control as much as you can. You know, we were all young at the same, you know, at one time, wild, free, and gonna live forever, and all that shit. It's not until later.
John?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, in China, what they did was if a town had two hospitals, one hospital was deemed just strictly for the virus patients.
Mm-hmm.
The other hospital was strictly for deliveries, surgeries, and stuff like that for emergencies.
Right. That's
Hospitals that had double wings, they walled them off and put in, made them pressurized. You walk in one door and walk out another door. They also, if you're sick, but you're not seriously ill and you're just running through it, they took the gymnasiums, the schools, you know,
Yeah.
and they put them in there. They separated them out from the families. So the families wouldn't get sick. That's what they're doing in Italy. They're taking people away from and putting them in the schools or any place where there's a big building. They're putting them together that way so that if you're just mildly sick with the virus, you go there. So the families don't get it.
Gary
And
Atkins
yesterday, a
is
486 died in Italy.
Gary Atkins is telling us the average age is 29 to 54. So if you're breathing, just consider yourself in that group. This is I saw a thing on the news earlier today about, I think it was New York City. There's a big convention center. It takes up city blocks or whatever. I didn't catch the name of it. It's mighty new, and they are considering turning that into a hospital. You know, there are some really drastic measures that you can see are being put in motion. So, and that gives
You've got
us an
that
indication.
Houston Dome.
Yes, we have the Astrodome down there. I don't know what they're using that for.
Yep.
You know, because they have
Big,
a new
huge
stadium.
coliseums.
Yes, you know, these are large,
You know,
large auditoriums that may be made into makeshift hospitals. Even abandoned, not abandoned, even hotels. The government is taking over some hotels, and you know.
Yeah,
every town has got a gymnasium. Use the gymnasiums.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
but
would just think that a hotel would be better because then you can isolate a patient
Yes,
and
yes.
keep cross contamination from happening,
Yes.
or at least it's
That's the
less
same thing,
likely than
actually.
in an opened environment where they're already saying this could be as far as 6 feet. So I mean,
Right.
you know, I think a hotel would be a better alternative,
Yeah. Well,
and then
that's
at least it could be put to use.
that's probably, I think, why they're thinking about bringing in cruise ships into New York and San Francisco, Los Angeles area, to put them in as floating hospitals also. You know,
I
again,
think that would be preferable.
yeah. Well, if give you a nice suite with a window view, if you're stuck on the interior of the ship, well, maybe you'll have one of them TVs with the view out the window. Diana Mallory donated
Yeah,
$2
no, that would
through
suck.
Super Chat and says, prayers and positive thoughts for my family. So saith Diana Mallory, who's gong, I bong every time y'all do that. Yes. Prayers and thoughts. Good vibes, whatever you want to call it. Be kind to your neighbors. It's just, you know, it has tempered me just like any other national emergency would, where you're not concerned about who's a Republican, who's a Democrat when you go anywhere. Or you're not looking for that conversation to get started. If it does, I'm ready. But, you know, my T-shirts still remain what they are. Who's that on your shirt? Well, that's a Blue Dot in Texas, buddy. Who's that? Well, let me tell you. And then I whip out a card.
Yeah, but Nick,
Come join the family.
hey, is Florida Governor DeSantis, is he a Republican or Democrat?
He's a Republican. DeSantos,
Well,
yes.
he's refusing to close the beaches, but the Miami mayor did it for him.
They
Close
did
the-
they did in several other locations in Florida also today. Oh darn it, I can't remember the names of the city that they closed. They were down right near the beach. Several towns have closed the beaches because it was becoming an issue. And
Right?
and let me point out for all of those that didn't see it, Travis just posted the our commercial for Breeze Trees, Preeze Trees, and so if you want to check that out in the Discord chat, it's in there, and we'll post that up on
Bernadette's
YouTube. And
typing. Hold on. Bernadette is typing.
oh, I hope
I
it's
knew
something.
she couldn't. She's on her cell phone.
Oh,
I know she's on her cell phone.
oh, I see it down
Yeah.
there now. Bernadette is typing. I hope we had fun, even thinking about how to do this. We didn't have much time to do it today, but I wanted to get it done for today's show, just because Bernadette is a big supporter of this show, as is Velda, Dennis, and our other moderator, Jen Morgan, that have supported the show for a
She has
long
to
time.
start over. She's crying. I know it. She's bawling. You made her cry.
oh, boy.
Good stuff, you guys.
It is. It's really good
Only time
stuff. But and again, I like
The only time she does that where she can't get a post out there
Yeah.
is when she's pissed or she's crying.
Well, let's hope they're tears of
She's not
joy.
finished.
Tears of joy.
Yeah.
Tears of joy. Let's hope so.
I hope
Much
so.
love to Miss Bernadette. We all adore.
Oh no, Diana Mallory. What?
Yeah, what's
uh,
up with that?
I-
Diana.
Diana Mallory just donated $2 through Super Chat. Just say, David, maybe you could have said this, but my daughter and family have been exposed to the virus. Oh, I don't. Diana, we're so sad to hear that, baby.
Thoughts
Uh,
and prayers, Diana.
All over the place, coming heavily your way, baby.
Yes.
We're sorry to hear that.
Hugs and love.
Yes, Diana, as I just pointed out, Diana is the we are the benefactor of her kindness with our gong. She's the gong lady, and so Diana, just stay healthy, baby.
Bang the gong.
Do what the doctors say. Do what you're advised to do. Get the treatment required, and keep us informed. Yeah, I did that.
I was even reading that we should sequester ourselves even other just in case.
Well, you know, if the more you isolate, the better it
The
would be for
less
your the less likely you're going to be exposed. Now, remembering how this all works and a sneeze and gravity and all that kind of stuff, you remember that your shoes could be a transmitter. You walk someplace, remember to take your shoes off before you come in the house, or, you know, have
Yes.
a place outside where you can spray them down or something. Not trying to scare anybody, but they're not discouraging people, really. They're worried about people in New York City, Central Park. If you keep a good distance from everybody, you can go out and enjoy the day. What they're doing here, or wherever it is. I just saw it in the news a little while ago. Now, this might be a grand idea. They are encouraging people to put up their Christmas lights. And you got to admit, some haven't taken them down yet. But to put up your Christmas lights and turn them on, and people, as they do during Christmas and all this, will drive around at night for entertainment in their car and to see the lights.
Love that idea.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Oh my
I thought it was a
gosh.
pretty neat idea myself.
Good stuff.
There's going to be.
And you're not breathing on somebody else, or That's cool.
Look back over where Bernadette was typing.
Oh,
I'll
wait.
let you read.
Let me read this.
I'll let.
I can see. Can you?
You
Okay.
can't see it, can you?
Yeah, I can. He just moved it. She says, "OMG, that was simply awesome. I cannot believe y'all did that. I am rolling on the floor. Thank you so much for supporting me. I love this Blue Dot family. Thank you, and fuck Trump." That's what Bernadette says. Baby, we're going to support you because we know you support this Blue Dot family, baby. And that's what I was saying about it's not only a good thing that works. She made this that works. It's not only that.
Yes, it does.
It's
I mean,
the
did
family that has really.
I mean, did we act cheesy in the video? Yeah, but no, I mean, the stuff actually does.
It was
Yes.
great.
work.
It was great.
Yeah,
I got a kick out of it.
There are plenty of testimonials, evidently, in this Blue Dot family that tell you the same thing. It works.
I like it. Miss Jenny was even in the video.
Even
I
Miss
got a
Jenny
kick
was
out of
in
that.
there. The plan was to put the cape on Jenny. Yeah, that didn't. All right, Dad'll just keep the cape on.
I know I love mine too. I got some also.
Oh,
I
did
sure
you?
Did.
Well-
Oh yeah, I love the lavender. I just smother myself in the lavender.
Now,
The other one I pretty much just save if I get a little acre paint.
There
I
you
just
go.
put it on there. It gets it going, and I
Yeah.
keep moving. But
I'm
as
swimming
far
in
as-
it right now.
but in the I swim in the lavender. Oh, I just love the
I've
smell. and I
heard several people
feel
say the
it.
same thing. The lavender is just so nice.
Yeah,
well,
it's good stuff.
I'm so glad Bernadette is doing good with it. We need to, if you know somebody and they're interested, let them know, because it is, it just makes me feel good. It's a family thing, and it's good stuff. Yeah, that's the main reason it worked, and for my shoulders and my aches and pains, baby, that's saying something when I say something works, because I'm very
Wayne had a problem on his back the other night. And so I checked it out, and he had a bite, and so I took that stuff and spread it around that bite, and
Yeah,
he says about 10 minutes later, he says, I don't feel anything.
there you go.
I'm going,
It's
that's
good
breeze trees.
for
And it's all
whatever
natural.
ails you. That's what Bernadette says about it. It's for whatever ails you. It's got healing powers, baby. That's what I.
Really quick,
Well, I know.
because since
What?
I took, I just want to make sure everything's accounted for. So you did mention the shout out to Ohio Dad 70.
Yes.
And Maria Bittencourt.
Yes.
And we did Teresa Diggum. Okay,
Yep.
just wanted to make sure we're all caught up. I mean, I
You don't
had
trust
faith in
me.
you. I had faith
No,
in
you
you.
don't. No, you don't.
Well, I mean, you didn't touch the
See over there
mouse,
checking.
so.
Well, I didn't touch the mouse because you told me don't touch the
Yeah,
mouse.
Yeah.
He always tells me don't touch.
I'll tell
the
you what,
mouse.
guys. Bernadette should have been a doctor.
I'm
well,
sorry.
she's still a healer. But she's a healer.
Oh, Bernadette. Yes, she's.
She is a healer.
Yeah, she.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah, she believes in the healing powers of plants.
And herbs, yes.
herbs and
Things
stuff.
that come
yes.
from the earth.
Yes.
Which,
Yes.
in some cases, makes her better than
That's
somebody
what we used
who's
to
got
do
a bunch
before
of
we had
degrees.
big pharma. And Teresa Diggum
Yes.
just donated another $2 through Super Chat and said, "It's the end of the world as we know it." REM. Yep, that's the name of the song, baby. Teresa Diggum, thank you very much. It's going to change the world. It will. This is going to change. If nothing else, you're going to be washing your hands a whole lot more. Every time you turn around, you're over there washing your hands. What are you doing that for? The coronavirus is over. Just being careful.
Just being careful.
Making sure. I don't know where. I know where I've been. I don't know where your ass been. So.
Keep saying that the election's going to be canceled. Well, if the election for the presidency is over and that's the end of Trump's presidency, he has to leave the White House and make room for, ready for it, Nancy Pelosi as interim president. Interim president somebody's elected.
Until the election.
I hope that's true.
Yeah.
But Nancy's kind of old, and let's hope Nancy's up there.
From what I've been told,
she's not. She's going to have to be on lockdown because she is up there, and we don't want anything to happen to her.
Oh, Bernadette?
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
No, I'm talking about Nancy.
Oh, Nancy Pelosi. Yes, she's in San Francisco.
Of course, Bernadette. But,
yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I think the governor, I read something briefly, a headline, something about a governor in California is projecting half of it, the California citizens will get it. So, there's a lot going on. I mean, there's so much going on. But I wanted to interject about one other thing before I forget. So I made sure that I two for blued, and I got Miss Sarah Gideon taken care of.
Outstanding.
Right, and then I did it at the same time. I also took care of Mr. Mark Kelly.
Outstanding.
Awesome.
And thank you for leading us right into that.
There you go.
This is our two for blue camp.
Right?
There you go. We're going to keep this up. We're glad that it's making an impact out there. Two for blue. We're trying to support the senators that are the Democratic senators that are running in red states, those that we are trying to capture, because it's not just about the White House. It is about the Senate. And this week we're doing Mark Kelly.
And we're doing Mark Kelly, as Dad just mentioned. And if you want to donate to his campaign, $2 or more, if you got it, you can go to markkelly.com. We also believe in letters of encouragement and your thoughts and feelings and opinions of what's going on in today's political climate and throughout your neighborhood. You can go ahead and send a post office box 27202, Tucson, Arizona 85726. And if you want to see what he's up to online and see what the campaign is, all about, you can go follow him on Twitter at Captain Mark Kelly. That is at CAPT Mark Kelly, and that's over on Twitter.
Outstanding. That's Mark Kelly, and we're going to continue with this two for blue. We've done Kentucky, we've done South Carolina, we've done Maine, now we're doing Arizona, and we're going to get to all of them. And I urge you to, and if you want to, drop a little note in there. Tell them you're a blue dot, and maybe they'll get the message that we're a family out here, baby. There's a whole demographic out here, and anyway, it's one more thing I think that we can do besides writing letters and calling our congressmen and senators is something that we can do, and it makes a difference. And so the more of us that, especially if you live in a blue state and you're pretty well safe, think about making that donation to a red state senator, a Democrat running in a red state, to try to get that done. And so, Tina, we appreciate you bringing us right into that.
I appreciate you, what you're doing. That's like I was saying last time, I think. It's like, how do we put something into action? There's only but so much I can do. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I only have so much time and so much resources. But if I put a little bit of that time and action or whatever into that little bit of resource, each
makes a tremendous difference. Y'all see the donations we get here. I guarantee those donations make a world of difference in us being able to keep going and doing what we want to do. It's the same way with those donations going. If we concentrate them to one senator at a time, especially, but keep going on all of them if you want, we can make an impact. It makes a difference, and I know it's well appreciated as much as it is here. I know every one of these people are trying to dig in for this, because this is going to be it, baby. If we do not take the White House and the Senate, then I don't know what's going to happen in this country. It's important that we get rid of Donnie. and whoever goes in there, no matter who it is, and it's not going to be Tulsi Gabbard because Tulsi dropped out.
Opt out.
Oh man, I thought she was just gonna go for the gusto and just rise. Are you shitting me?
Hey,
She,
John, I got a quick question for you.
Questionable character.
yes, she lost my support the minute she voted present in the impeachment trials. Go ahead, Ben.
Can we have primaries after the DNC convention? Because I just found out yesterday from my local election board, Kansas primary's not until August.
Yeah, there's a lot of primaries that are being pushed back. I had a list I was working on somewhere. Don't ask me which page it's on. And I'd be sit here getting caught up in other notes. Some primaries are being delayed. They are encouraging vote by mail in a lot of places, which I think is exactly what needs to be done. You get your ballot in the mail, you fill it out, and you mail it back in. There's a paper trail, baby. I like the idea, and they're gonna have to get more creative in the way of doing this because obviously it's going to impact the election, which is probably just fine with Donnie. He would be thinking that would, them libtards, they're just all a bunch of scaredy cats and they ain't going to go out in the voting thing. Us tough ass Republicans will just go stand out there and hug each other just to vote. I don't, it's what do we do, people? It's going to be tough. And that's how come we need to support those candidates that are out there running, because everything's on the line. And we can't.
So with that being said, is the DNC going to postpone the convention now?
I don't know.
Well, that could happen. I know that our primary has been pushed back because of the coronavirus.
It's going to, how are they going to do a convention? Because the convention is a whole lot of people in that arena. Thousands of people in that, you know, and it's going to be against the law if we're still in the middle of this, and we will be.
Right.
That will not take place. So I'm thinking sooner or later somebody in the organization is going to have to come up with a vote by mail system or a vote by internet. By each delegate in each state. How they handle it down farther line, how low they go. Is it to each individual person's house to vote, or are they going to do group voting or whatever they're going to do? It's all of that. It is all going to be worked out, we presume. And
wait a minute, but John, who's in charge?
Who's the Perez is still in charge of the DNC, I think.
John, we nominate you. You go.
Yeah, there's the problem. John starts going out slapping people. It's flashing on Fox News. Liberal goes crazy, attacks everybody. Yeah, only those that needed it.
Take Jenny.
Yeah.
So
Here, wait a minute. Let me aim my ass at you. Go ahead. Say that again. Jenny got a little something for you. She's my baby. She is such a sweetie. She enjoyed her bath. When I went out to go check her this morning and pet her, I could just feel a big difference in her coat. She's shedding that winter hair, and so I knew she needed that bath. I think she enjoyed it.
Well, if she was a cat, she would have been purring while you were giving her that bath.
Thanks to Paulette Hallbeck, Daddy got to go out and buy her a fresh bale of hay today. So we are set for the next 2 days. No, that lasts longer than that. If it's good, she likes it if it's good, sweet, if it's fresh. And you can tell when you open that truck to get it what kind of hay it is. If you've been around hay a while, she gonna love this shit. Give me a bale and get it home. Anyway.
It probably knocked you over.
Oh, it does. Daddy loves the smell of good hay. I do, because I know my baby's happy. But
how am I sounding? I'm on my new computer.
You're great. You're coming through good, really good, nice and clear. And,
good.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm glad. Now I don't have to be charging my phone all the time.
Yeah.
Love the commercial, guys.
Did you like that?
Oh, that's so cute.
I gotta give.
That was kicking.
Travis did.
I can't wait to see it.
Oh, Travis did a great job with that. When he first came to show me, and it opened up with black and white, and I went, "Oh, perfect."
I wish I had more time
What
with
do
it
you
though, but
use,
we
Travis?
literally did that in like 2 hours.
Are you kidding?
Dad
He
was
could have
like,
had
Travis, you did
explosions going off
awesome.
next to me. He could have had bullets
What
riding all
program?
over the dirt.
Travis, what program do you use?
I use for my normal video editing. I use Premiere Pro, and any special
do.
effects work, I use After Effects. Been using those programs since I was a wee lad.
Wee lad.
And I'm kind of
Yes,
afraid
little
to
guy.
change anything to go to different programs. I'm just so used to
That was
the Adobe
perfect.
format.
Y'all do
Yeah,
not
and
know the love
Travis-
and devotion of a father whose son is interested in stop-action movies with army men.
Need to pull those
Your
up.
knees are
Uh-huh.
killing you, and you're
Travis,
down on
it
the
only
floor for
took-
hours. Just moving my hair. Okay, there.
It
Take a
only
shot.
took TW
Okay.
like what,
It's-
less than 5 minutes to write it and
Yeah.
strum it.
Oh yeah,
That made the
got-
last-
TW
that made the
did a
whole
great
thing.
job on that, buddy. I know that Bernadette was just knocked out over that. And
Oh, Sparky's on with
hey,
us.
Spark, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I tried to get Discord to work in the shop, but it wouldn't work.
Wouldn't work in the shop.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
that
Not,
was
not,
suck.
not, not today. So I had to come in here and, on the other machine and see if I could get it to work, and I got it to work.
You're out there in California. Tell everybody how you're doing, Spark.
I was doing good till I went out to go to the store today and saw the desolation on the shelves.
Oh yeah, you too, huh? I'm telling you, it seems to be
Yeah,
a thing.
when the guy checking me out said, "Well, we haven't been able to get any trucks come up from Sacramento. There's supposed to be one coming up today,
Boy, howdy.
because they're having trouble finding drivers."
Oh.
Yeah, that's
that
real.
would be not good. That would not be good.
So that doesn't sound good.
Uh,
But ordinarily I'd be listening to Bob, but Bob had to run down to North Carolina.
I hope nothing's wrong.
No, his son went down there and went to work somewhere,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have a vehicle or anything.
Oh.
But evidently,
Yeah.
Bob did a little thing from the road today as he was driving down there.
Right.
He went down to pick him up and bring him back to West Virginia,
Right.
because he got on social media, and all his friends back in West Virginia and everything, they were saying that the governor, people in West Virginia ain't real bright. They were saying that the governor was going to shut down and declare martial law and close all the borders of the state, and nobody could get back in.
Oh
Oh.
my howdy.
Jesus.
So he was freaked out, and he's not real good mentally anyway, but he wanted to make sure he got home.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
a
Wow.
lot of people are freaking out with this thing.
A lot of people are wanting to be home. And where else do you want to be when something happens?
I'm an old social distancing pro, though. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
only go out-
us. That's us. We
I only go out once a week.
That's well. I usually went out once a day, and I would go check the mail. And now I'm really gonna have to cut back on that anyway. But that's about all I did. Grocery store when we need to. Stop at the gas station. The tamale lady, if she's out on the highway, I'll stop there. That's it. They ain't been there in a while, so.
I got a full tank of gas, and I just have to walk outside to the street to get my mail.
Yeah. Nah. I'm one of them $10 guy, $10 a time. Every time I go to the get $10, $10 on the pump, 10 whatever.
That's because you're one of the few places that U.S. Post Office won't deliver to your
Yeah,
house.
no,
huh?
won't come to. Well, yes, we have a we have a box down here, but that's my post office boxes in town. So,
We're one of the few places in America. Well, I'm probably not one of few, but we can't get pizza delivered out here either.
I
So
don't know.
that
There ain't
sucks.
shit you're getting delivered out here. No, you're no. Oh, John I Fly, are you kidding me? John I Fly just donated $20 through Super Chat and said, I had to get close to make sure it said that. Dr. Trump has no idea what the hell he is doing. He has no gift in comforting the American people, or frankly, he needs to let the experts speak. He is no expert. Dump Trump and vote blue no matter who, so saith John I Fly. Thank you, Johnny. I
Go,
appreciate it,
Johnny
buddy.
Fly.
There you go, buddy. I appreciate the hell out of that. And he's right. He has no gift of gab when it comes to this shit. Everything that's coming out of his mouth, there's not a soul out there except maybe your deep red Trumpers that are believing a damn thing, and they cannot trust him. He lies constantly, exaggerates. He tries to deflect blame every chance he gets. He's a disgusting piece of shit, is what he is. Holy shit.
Did anybody see his news conference this morning? I read online that he didn't look well.
No.
Well, he's got a lot of tan on him. I can tell
When
you
does
that.
he ever look good?
Well, I mean, he was sniffling and his was breathing.
I guarantee if he
He
was
said he
tested and
was
came
a-
back positive, we wouldn't know shit about
Yeah.
it. He would
He said he was a unique human being.
that would go against his godliness, his glorious leader. He is, the invincible one, the chosen one, all that kind of shit. David Robertson, are you washing your hands?
Every time I pass a St. John.
I'm telling you, there ain't a day goes by that we don't think about you and Sally. David Robertson lives up in Everett, Washington, in the middle of this shit, right in his neighborhood, and we have been concerned about him ever since. So I'm glad to see you, buddy.
Yeah, we're hunkered
I
down.
think I burned my hands with Lysol wipes till they go into the store.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I took a little baggie with me to wipe down everything I touched.
Is that right? Good.
Yeah.
That's good. Practicing good hygiene.
Better safe than sorry.
That's it.
And then I get,
Because you have
then
no
I-
idea
then-
who's
then I
touched
get-
what.
then I get in the car and I put on hand sanitizer. But when I first got to the grocery store, let me tell you this story, John.
Okay, go ahead.
I pulled past this parked car, and this lady's in there, and she's got her backup lights on, but there's a shopping cart right behind her car.
Right.
So I parked real quick, and I jump up, and I go over there, and I put up the big hand stop sign thing to her. She looked at me.
Yeah.
She rolls down her window, and I said, "Don't move. You got a shopping cart behind your car."
Oh.
Well, she was sitting there putting on hand sanitizer, but she'd already put it in reverse, and she was fixing to leave. She was an older woman, probably in her late 70s. She thanked the heck out of me and then went on her way. But I took the card. I had a Clorox wipe right in my hand.
Yeah.
Put it on pulled it out of the way of her car.
Don Crossan, quit rubbing your eyes. Yeah, I carry a little bottle of spray bottle. 50% alcohol isopropyl. That's stuff you buy in the store. And I just put it in a little spray bottle every time I come back in my truck. And I squirt a little puddle in my hand. And then I make sure I dip my fingers first, my fingertips, because that's what touches the pads. And then I just wipe it and rub it all in. David Robertson, how is Sally?
Oh, she's doing fine. She's working from home.
Is she good?
Good deal.
Good.
Yeah, working from home, and we're just laying low. We're well stocked, John.
Are you? What is the atmosphere like up there in Washington? Oh yeah, listen to you dog, you.
I don't know because we haven't been out.
Well, good. That's step number one.
We've been to the grocery store, and that was last week.
Good.
So
good.
No, we're avoiding the craziness. I know what this virus is capable of doing, and no, that probably pertains to about 50%, if not more, of the people listening to this program.
Well, yes, yeah, just about everybody, and it's it's coming to a neighborhood near you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as because we've been talking about it a lot here. There's been no confirmed cases in Corpus Christi. However, I am just gonna assume it's all over the place. That's the way I'm.
Well, they haven't tested anybody here yet. I understand that they're trying to put together some kind of testing, but we have not had anything reported here in Corpus yet.
Well, I'm not.
That I know of.
You don't know how many people are infected with it unless you're testing. A lot of people won't show any signs.
Yeah, my kids were freaking out the other day. I did it kind of as a joke, but I don't think she took it very funny. But the kids are calling daily. Hey, you guys are staying in, right? So
I bet.
I set I sent my daughter a message. I said, "I'll give you a call later. Mom and I are getting ready to take a bus into Seattle."
How long did it take before the phone rang?
Less than 30 seconds.
I bet you ain't going nowhere. Get your ass back in the house.
Yeah, less than 30 seconds.
Well,
That's
boy, howdy.
funny.
I have. I had the pleasure of meeting both David and Sally at our meet and greet in San Antonio. I could not believe they were there, and well, Dave and I sat up contemplating the universe late at night, and had a great meeting.
And we'll do that again.
I surely hope so. We do. We will indeed.
Unfortunately, it won't be as soon as we were planning this time around, as far as the
Yeah.
next
Yeah, well,
meetup. But
Yeah, we were planning on moving by the 1st of April, but I'm really looking for them to close the Washington State border down.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of people are worried about interstate travel.
Yeah, I don't think the people in Chicago would appreciate seeing a Washington State license plate roll in.
No. Yeah.
I was out on I-5.
Get that guy out of here. What the hell's he doing here?
Yeah.
Shit.
I was on I-5 today through my little town, and it's still just as busy as ever.
Well, I went into town today to check the mail, and the shopping center where my box is located, there was not that much traffic in there. Very few in the parking lot. Traffic was lighter when I went into town. The last time I was at the store wasn't packed. It wasn't crowded. There were plenty of people there, but a lot of the things are gone. Hamburger meat, you can buy that $27 steak over there. That's not a problem. Okay, here you can grind that up for hamburger. That's out there, but not any hamburger or So we're
eggs also.
Yeah, eggs
are just
which
nuts.
really screws my day, as y'all remember.
There was absolutely
I'm the breakfast
no
guy.
milk or eggs in my grocery store today. Just one store. I had to run back to the Dollar General. I was in there buying beer earlier, but I didn't buy the milk and eggs because their milk is higher than my grocery store.
Right.
But they have plenty of milk and eggs, so I had to go back to Dollar General to buy milk and eggs.
I haven't found it.
Hey, Dave. Hey,
But
Dave, what's up with all those
everybody's
earthquakes up in
wiping down
Washington?
the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Earthquakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitch posted yesterday that you guys had 22 earthquakes yesterday.
I don't know. I didn't hear anything about it. I've kind of been out of the loop for days, actually.
But
yeah, I haven't. I heard about the one in Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine the way the country's going right now?
Oh,
if
no,
you
no.
throw a natural disaster in on top of that,
Yeah.
earthquake, San Francisco, Seattle.
You would think that our
terrorist-
government has contingency plans for something like that, don't they? Don't you have the
Yeah.
confidence that the
Yeah, sure.
No, I
Full.
don't.
Full
And if that's not
confidence.
enough to make you feel better, I read a story that says Yellowstone is now 5 inches higher than it was before.
Yeah.
And
So I think.
Oh.
yeah,
think
in
it's
20
the
years.
biggest-
So it took 20 years, but it's 5 inches higher than
Yeah.
it was. Something under there kind of.
Feeling like
Volcano.
Well,
I know.
well, it is a super volcano.
It is a
Yes.
super volcano, and if it goes, baby,
We're in like nuclear winter.
Yep, we're all in bad shape, and we mean all around the world too. If
Yeah.
that thing goes, that would be a super volcano.
I would
And-
seriously, like, with all this going on, I would literally be feeling a lot better had we had different leadership. Really, it's literally all the shit
Yeah.
that he said about leading up
Yeah,
to
'cause
this being a hoax and all
It's
that
the
has made
hoax,
so
it's the
many
Democrats.
people.
It's the continuing game right now of trying
Yeah.
to blame somebody else and shift
The Chinese,
focus. Yeah, it's the China
Italians.
virus. It's not the coronavirus. Now that speaks volumes. Him scratching that out, because it tells you that's where
I
his
don't
mind
even listen
is.
to him anymore. I'd rather listen to Governor Newsom.
Yeah. Well,
He
he's.
I'd rather watch paint dry.
Oh boy,
he
howdy.
can't relate. He can't relate to people. He can't relate to human beings. He doesn't see life as being significant. So
No.
there's no way he was ever going to be adequate.
No.
You know, I'm looking at my state cases, and we've got 3 persons confirmed dead, and the cases are already up to 150, and they're rising literally by the
I'm,
hour.
if you notice the news here in the last day, hourly, those numbers are changing. So it is going up, exponentially. Sivan Pre, who I think I know that name, just donated $5 through Super Chat. Thank you, Sivan. We appreciate it very much. Your sister is just doing a bang-up job, and we appreciate that very much. That's
I'm in Connecticut, and Connecticut, the tri-state have come together, meaning New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey, and
Right.
they're all following the same protocols. They're all following the same protocols.
We have to.
Yes,
It
this-
has to be all for one.
And my understanding is Governor Cuomo has been really in the front of taking the leadership as a governor, and that there
Hell,
are
he's-
other governors taking leadership, but they're also looking at the federal government and the federal government's lack of response, where the governors are actually trying to protect their people.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, I
two
think
things.
they're dropping the
But
ball,
wasn't
Tina.
Daphne earlier talking about certain states
Yeah.
that seem to not
Um,
have conformed at all?
Right.
Florida.
Texas, it was all Republican states. Oh, I can't.
Oh, if you could
remember.
find that list.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I was on my phone. Now I'm on the computer. I don't remember what I was on. Crap.
Yeah, I saw stories about there's some governors just really playing it down, just pumping up Donnie is
I know Missouri was one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Florida's
I'm-
late.
Was one
For
of them.
once, I'm starting to really start to think maybe scaring people a little bit is a good idea, considering how many stupid idiots are going out partying on the beaches during spring break. Because
Yep.
those fuckers don't give a shit about
Yeah.
anybody else but themselves and having
Nope.
a good time. So it's like, you know what? Maybe we need to scare people a little bit more, because we need to get people into this shit and stay home if you fucking can.
Well, they think they're immune, but if you listen to the news, they're saying they're finding more cases in younger
Right.
people.
Yeah, they're
so,
finding more millennials getting sick
you know,
than they thought.
they are not
Yeah.
immune.
Yeah, no one's immune.
No.
No.
Nobody
I
is
read
10
an
foot
article-
tall and bulletproof, baby. You're just
I
not.
read an article where a 5-year-old passed away.
Oh Lord, that's
Exactly. So there's no.
no.
It's gonna do what it's gonna do, you guys.
It
We
is.
just have
just-
to be good to each other in the interim, because nobody knows. So that's why we have to be good to one another.
Here's
Yeah.
the list. Here's the list
Understanding.
right here. Miss Nomad put in Missouri, Alabama, Texas, of course, Oklahoma, and someplace up north. I know that one. Someplace up north. I've been.
Hey,
I've been to that
we
one.
just lost. We just lost a doctor
After-
today.
This
Oh,
guy
see?
says, after assuring the public about the government's coronavirus preparedness, Senate Intel Chair Richard Burr in
We love
one
you back,
day
Mitch.
sold off up to $1.6 million in stock. A week later, the market began its fall.
Mm-mm-mm. Oh, if you don't think there's people making money during this, holy shit! Ask the Kushners.
Well,
Yeah, I'm looking.
oh,
Still,
What do we
I've
do with
been,
these
I'm
people?
behind on a lot of things, but that's one of the stories I'm going to pursue. I want to learn more about this because I saw fleeting stories about Kushner and his brother and his sister and his mother, his uncle, the whole Kushner family. They're all getting in on this shit. Mitch Goldstein donated $2 through Super Chat and said, "Enjoy the chaos." Thank you, Mitch. So saith Mitch. Enjoy the chaos, baby. It's almost like entertainment. I mean, look at every time you see the news and the shelves are empty, everybody in the living room's going, "Are you shitting me? Look at it. This is stupid. This is crazy." You got a conversation going on for the next 15 minutes about how stupid it is. Everybody's done hit the grocery shelves.
Well, George Takei just posted breaking due to massive incompetence and inexplicable delays. The WHO to rename the coronavirus 19 to Covfefe 45.
Covfefe 45. That is an appropriate name. The Covfefe 45 virus.
That needs to go on.
Yes, and we know the source of it, so you wouldn't have to be digging. Yeah, Covfefe 45. How long is it going to be before there's going to be a T-shirt out there that said, I suffer
survived
I
Covfefe
suffer
45.
from Covfefe 45.
45.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
I'm telling you, it's a shit show out there. That's what's so sad about this. Because every morning, damn, see, Mitch Goldstein said they're totally isolated and they're going out for food tomorrow. Good deal, Mitch. Just stay healthy and safe. Uh,
Yeah.
Terry Butler reminds us there's a big problem. Terry Butler said the homeless. And as Tammy
Oh,
Ames earlier
yeah.
had said, it those people that suffer from addiction. You know that this is going to play into a whole lot of
Yeah, here in Denver, they
desperate
opened up
need.
the shelters, and they've been said that they're going to use some of the old motels that are, that they haven't been closed very long and stuff like that.
Right.
And they're going to try, at least give them some kind of shelter because they said,
Yay.
being in this stuff
Yeah.
is,
Wow.
well, at least, and that's our governor. That's our new Democratic governor. He's just been
Outstanding.
off through this.
Well, praise him.
Yes, yes. And I done, and you see governors that have stepped up to their
Yeah,
state.
Stepped up a lot
That's-
more than that.
That's why you
moron.
see. That's how come you see Como on the news every morning. Now, given
Yep.
his speech, because the news covers him because he's coming out with actual information and numbers and stuff, and has a tendency to put the facts out and calm, and then in comes dumbass Donnie and starts his shit show. It shows you who gets the respect. I have 'cause people tell that's one of the big questions. John, you don't respect the presidency. Well, that fucker
I
doesn't
was so
respect it.
pissed.
Why should I? He does not
I was
respect
so
the office
pissed
he
this
sits
morning, John, I was about ready to put my remote through my brand new TV.
in.
Oh,
don't,
he was.
don't do that.
Oh, I was so pissed.
He called me during the speech, and it's like, oh hell.
Yeah, he just bumbles through everything.
He's
Yeah.
like, one more fucking word, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Listen,
I was like, I got
let me
another
say
one in the
something.
bedroom.
There you go. I'll
Let
go in there and watch.
John,
Yes.
John.
Uh-huh.
So, look, I don't have to respect anyone. The only person that gets respect is the person who
Earns it. Earns it.
There you go.
And
Tina.
this
You
guy
can
tossed
respect
his
the
out the
position.
window long
You
ago.
can respect a position, but respecting a position is not respecting the man.
No.
This whole man worship bullshit, excuse my
He
English.
cheapens the position in my book.
Nobody's supposed to be worshiping anybody. What's going on?
Well, that's
It's
what he
just like-
wants. That's what our
when
president
we were in
wants.
the
He wants to
military,
be
John.
worshipped. What's that, David?
I said, like when we were in the military and you had to salute some of these assholes.
Oh man,
that you hated.
you just cringe.
Right.
You
Yeah,
dumb
yeah.
You're
fucker.
respecting the
I had to do
position.
that to the
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
Respect the person.
The guy
Yep.
that came and wrote a gripe up on my aircraft that said the 8-day clock was in-op. 8-day clock is not connected to anything in the aircraft. It's a clock. If you wind it, it works. If you don't wind it, it stops. And that's what I wrote on the gripe. And he got pissed at me for writing that. And I had to salute him all the time. And he'd growl at me every fucking.
Yeah,
I
but
don't give
there's
a
no
shit. You're a
saluting-
dumbass.
no
You're a
saluting
fucking pilot. Wind the
flight
goddamn
line.
clock. You know? Write a gripe up
No
on that
saluting
shit.
on the flight line.
No, no saluting on the flight line. It's hazardous. No, in normal course of the day, though, when you pass him, you'd have to salute him in the hangar deck or some shit. You run into him. He looks for you sometimes.
I put a couple of captains in their place.
I
I
have,
was enlisted, but I remember having to put a couple of captains in their place, because sometimes you just couldn't take the dumb shit.
when I left VP 47 and headed over to VP 19, when I checked out of the VP 47 maintenance room, the maintenance chief was sitting there. He had to sign off my paper. I'm checking out, Chief. He's sitting there writing. And he goes, Britaville, I want you to know one thing. He says, I think you're a son of a bitch. He said, but I'm going to tell you something, son. He said, you're a consistent son of a bitch, and at least I appreciate that. I hope you do fine in VP 19. Get the fuck out of my office. Yes, sir, Chief. We're out of here, baby. Off I went to the
He should
next
have turned. Can I speak? Can I speak to that? No problem. And
That's
you should have told
respect.
him. You should have said, "I hate you too. Goodbye."
No, I wanted. I just said thank you, sir. I knew what he was referencing because one of his buddy pilots wanted to take a Gedunk flight out to Florida, and it was on my bird, and one of the INS systems down. I can't release a bird unless both INS systems are up, and I said, no, you can't go. Well, it's just an in-country flight. Hop, I can go on one INS. No, it's not in the fucking rules here. It says, no, you can't go. And so I grounded his aircraft, and he took it up to the captain, and I won. It's the maintenance man. You're going to take his fucking airplane when he says no?
Safety first.
That's right, baby. And
Right.
first.
Forget
yeah.
about it.
So that's what he was referencing when I left.
Everything's clear on the logbook.
That's it. That's it. I'm not going to sign off on some flight that when I know there's something wrong and that plane crashes, what the fuck they going to do?
It's your ass.
Hey,
Don't you hate
Britabo.
people like that, though?
You know, we
Don't
ain't
you
playing
hate
that game,
people
homie.
like
No
that?
shit. That's
Gotta
my
make
bird.
Right,
We
I'm
gotta
not
make
signing off
sure-
on this shit. Yeah.
We got to make sure this is clear. Miss Nomad asked Blue Dot John, Navy or Air Force?
Navy.
Navy.
Navy, baby.
Navy.
Go Navy. I say that every time, Army, Navy. My father was in the Navy. I was in the Navy. Shit, we're a Navy family.
How many other veterans are listening in right now?
Oh.
How many are on here?
Oh, I'm
Well,
sure.
I'm one.
Plenty.
I'm Air
Yeah.
Force.
Yeah, Sparky's
Yeah.
Air Force.
Army. Who's the Army vet? Is that Tina?
Yeah, Tina's the Army vet.
There
Are
you
you enlist? You were enlisted, you said?
I sure was.
Outstanding.
When did you serve?
I'm sorry.
When did you serve?
85 to 92.
Wow.
Okay.
Badass.
Okay.
Badass.
Yeah. So yeah, and I made it up to staff sergeant. I was lucky. I came into PFC, and I made E4 in no time. Got hard stripes at E4, which no one does. And then I got my E5 in 4 years, and then I got my 6 in 6, and then I got out.
Yeah.
Nobody believed I was going to get out because I was a super soldier, but I only went in for money for college. So when they finally let me go, I was out and I went back to college. I was just
Outstanding.
like, fuck y'all.
Outstanding.
Yep, that's what I did.
You know.
I had.
I went back and finished, and I got my degree, but and I worked really, really hard because when I was in college the first time, I was around and made some bad choices. But anyway, I finally did get to
Welcome to the
graduate,
crowd,
and I
baby.
actually graduated at the top of my class, and I got a 4-year full-paid fellowship for my PhD for the work I did. But unfortunately, my husband died that first year,
Oh,
so
sorry.
I wasn't able to complete my education. So I'm just a regular person. And do my thing like everybody else.
Well, that's what I
I
do.
didn't-
I came out of the Navy,
I
went to
didn't
work
get
for
to-
the Army.
Yeah, I didn't get to achieve that goal, but I did get my kids, and that was a blessing. And even though the husband wasn't there with us, he was always there with us in spirit, and at least in my
Well,
mind.
You know, I tell people I didn't end up with the life I planned, but I ended up with the life I love. And Mega Wet Willie donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "Get even with a pilot. Plug up his plane's relief tube." Ah, you dog, you boy! Howdy shit! Are you pissed off at him or what? Yeah, well, see, I got to take a leak here. Well, oh, what the hell is this? Whoa, press up the goddamn tube float. Yeah. I gotta admit, there are things that people do that could, mess with a new pilot. We'd have a new pilot go in the back of the airplane. You're up around 30-some-odd thousand feet or something. Open up the access door back there. There's a set of cables running right along the floor. That's the rudder cables. Well, if you reach down there and give them a little gentle pull, that autopilot will kick off. And then he has to go through, what happened now? God damn it. Okay, reset the part and get it all set. He thinks he's good, and then just wait a few minutes and pull that sucker again. Keep him active up there. Keep him on his toes. Make sure he knows what he's doing. So,
Seems like shit you
don't
wouldn't
go to
wanna-
sleep up. Most diligent. We could change out an engine in the middle of nowhere in no time, baby. And I'm sure Sparky and them would too. You know, if you're tasked to do it, baby, it doesn't matter where it's going to be done. If they deliver the shit, you get it done right there. Wherever
That's
that
right.
plane is sitting. You get it fixed, you get it done, you get it back up in the air.
I was an electrician. I didn't change out engines, but on the
I was an
SR-71,
electrician.
on the SR-71, we had to remove the generator drive unit off the engine before it was changed.
Well, three engines on my
was a
plane.
pain in the ass. If you've ever seen an SR-71, and I was 6'4", trying to get underneath that engine itself.
And any time you're working on military, you have to be almost a contortionist.
Well, you learn almost doing
you're doing it blind.
Spread your legs out as wide as you can to get underneath things.
Well, I'm telling you. I remember there was one thing I hated to see this gripe come up. APU door inactive. Oh, shit. Because the APU is the auxiliary power unit, which is the first thing you turn on the aircraft to get power to it. It's got a little engine down there. You build up you start that little engine up, and it's a little jet thing kind of. And it blasts air out, and it starts this little generator, powers the aircraft. Now you can go ahead and start with the rest of your shit. But when that starts, there is a door that opens. That's the exhaust, the APU exhaust door. It's the exhaust from that little engine. And the only way to change that actuator, and there was a nut and bolt on each end, so it's 2 bolts, and both bolts are safety wired, which means, Sparky knows what I mean. Anybody had the safety wire shit, it's not easy to do. But you could only access it through a panel about that big. So you're sticking your arm up in there, and you have to feel around, and first thing you do is you clip those little wires, you feel, to release it. Anyway, you go through a whole big long story. It's all blind. You take it apart, you bring it out, and you got to make sure you catch them nuts and bolts and the washers and all that shit. You can't lose a damn thing. No wrenches, no nothing. If you do,
FOD.
Yeah, that's right, FOD, baby. You're in there tearing panels out to get the shit you dropped. So yeah.
Hey, John.
And you're cussing the whole time.
Were your safety wire pliers spring loaded? Or
Yes.
You got the ones, because those were just
a pain in the ass,
lovely.
because the first ones you had to pull and then push back in.
Well, I had a pair of those after I got out of the service. I bought them somewhere.
I'd love to have a pair. They're a pair of pliers that you would lock on, and then
it's like the Yankee screwdriver where you have to push it back in.
Yeah.
And if you lost a nut, just use some 100-mile-an-hour tape.
Oh yeah.
It works.
Just put some tape on, it'll work fine. Kick the tires, light the fires. Let's go. Karen Van Wyck just donated $3 through Super Chat and said, I had to reboot my computer, and when it came back, it showed an ad before you show. Oh, I know where this is going. That it said was Communist China that was causing all of this shit. Anywho, great job on the commercial. Travis, I almost forgot. Fuck Trump. That's so saith Karen Van Wyck.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got no say in what ads YouTube puts on our videos.
I checked mine the other day, and Trump popped up.
It's fucking bullshit.
I mean, it just makes me pissed.
So, if you can hit that skip button, if it gives you the option to skip that shit.
Skip that shit. It just pisses me off. But they're there more than I care to see. Seems like every time I turn around, there's some Trump ad running on my shit. That's some crap. Fix it, turn that shit off. Just not let them do a damn thing on it. That, and I get another one from shit, and I can't remember. Some good things show up on there that I don't mind. Teresa Diggum. F Trump, she said. She's trying to be polite. F Trump. And anyway, John I Fly just donated $5 through Super Chat and said, hope everyone remembers to wash your hands, and we will beat this coronavirus along with Donnie the Clown. Vote blue, no matter who. So saith John I Fly. Let's
we can't forget that.
Let's, before we go, let's do our 2 for Blue one more time. Can we throw that up there?
Yeah.
All right, let's throw that up there one more time because we're serious about this. We want to push it all the way. Mark Kelly is running against McSally down there. You remember her being rude to the reporters. But Mark Kelly is Gabby Giffords' husband. He's an astronaut, so you know he's well qualified for the job. Gabby Gifford was a wonderful senator. She was the one that was shot at one of her events and survived and proved to be an inspiration to a lot of people. But Mark Kelly, the mission comes first. I love that. And
if you want to donate to his campaign, $2 or more, you can do that at markkelly.com. And if you want to send a letter of your thoughts and opinions of things going on in your neck of the woods, you can send a postcard or letter to P.O. Box 27202, Tucson, Arizona 85726. And if you want to see what he and his campaign are up to online, you can follow him at Captain Mark Kelly over at Twitter. That is at CAPT Mark Kelly.
And those are a set of pilot wings on that uniform there, baby. Anyway, we want to encourage those people, if you can, to go ahead and support those candidates, those senatorial races out there in those red states where we're trying to go. That's the big target, baby. We need blue all the way. We need it in the White House, and we need it in the Senate to be able to advance this nation and to have some sense of confidence in the ability of our government, which is sorely lacking nowadays. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for showing up. TW, where'd Velda go? Oh, there she is.
Oh, shit, Velda's been out of the room. Fuck.
Oh, shit. Velda escaped evidently a while ago.
Jesus Christ.
Velda, I'm sorry. Didn't notice she was gone,
Discord's
baby.
been booting people out all night.
It has.
Well, it's been doing that since the beginning of time. Since the Discord gods said, we're going to make an app and consistently throw people in and out.
Well, they said the other day the Discord's been screwing up because all the gamers are on it.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, to be fair, the gamers had Discord first. We were just like, hey, we can use this to our advantage.
If it wasn't for Travis, I wouldn't even know what Discord, what's that? Well, it's like Skype, except better. Okay, well, let's see. And sure enough, I like it. And it allows us to bring the family closer. And, if you don't know Discord, if you go look for it on the app on the device you're using, download the Discord app and then follow the instructions under the one of the videos, and you can find a link to our Discord channel, and you can come in and join the conversation anytime.
Yep.
We love having new people join the family. Anyway, as I was saying, I want to thank Velda for being our moderator this evening and being a part of our panel. TW, thank you for the song, buddy, the jingle. I'm sure Bernadette just loved that stuff, and I can't wait for us to be able to talk to her. And so I really want to thank you for your input on that. And Tina?
Travis, you did an awesome job on that.
I appreciate it, my man.
I think we're gonna play out with that. Can we do that?
Yeah, I can do that. Give me a second. Let me set it up.
Go ahead,
Keep saying
set
goodbye
that
to
up.
our guests.
All right. Tina, your voice, always welcome here. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you too.
All right.
Be well, everybody.
Indeed. And Sparky Dunk, appreciate you dropping by, buddy. I will be on Friday on the front porch tomorrow. He's going to be there, right? Or is he?
Yeah, he's going to be there.
All right.
If John don't take a nap.
No, not yet. No, take a nap. So I'll stay up this time. I'll sneak up on the porch, pull up a chair, and get in the conversation. It's always a great time. Over on the Bob Kincaid Show, you can find him on Horn Radio. On the computer, you got a special thing there?
I put a link in the chat on Discord.
There you go. Sparky just put a link in the chat there for Bob's show. It is similar to the format here. We just get in a room and talk. Bob is an excellent host and very informative and very knowledgeable guy. I love the guy. Anyway.
But we use Skype, not Discord.
Yeah, they use Skype, so you can join the conversation over there too.
Cool.
On Skype. Look up, as a matter of fact, isn't there a link in the on the show?
Yeah, I mean, he put the link right there in the Discord. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I see where it's.
Yeah, it'll be up before Bob starts the show. It's from 5 to 8 Eastern Standard Time, and we usually go to the front. He usually goes to the front porch chat at 1 hour into the show.
Yeah.
Cool deal.
Yeah. So the first hour is you get to hear Bob's commentary, which is always informative. Very, Bob puts his heart into this shit, and he's up in West Virginia, been knocking it out of the ballpark for a while, trying to keep that message going, and we appreciate it. Anyway,
and hopefully we'll have our resident my old buddy from Boston, Massachusetts, Bob Lowdy, who used to be a medical technologist, knows a lot of things about viruses and stuff back on the show again.
I'm sure the conversation will turn a whole lot to it. So he'll be a handy guest. Indeed. And I want to thank David Robertson for not only being here and showing up and all that, but for washing your hands, David. And stay inside, buddy. We do. We worry about y'all all the time. You're up there in the heart of it, and you're always on our
safe.
mind. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm glad.
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you soon, John.
Okay. Yeah. We
Okay.
we talk. Tell Sally we said hello, and we're thinking about her and all that stuff. Benjamin Stroud, thank you very much, sir, for showing up. We appreciate it, and having your input. We want to thank everybody that promotes and
also Midafi, because I guess she also had to take off or something because she's not on Discord anymore.
On Midafi.
So Midafi, thank you for showing up as well.
Thank you very much for catching that. Anyway, y'all say goodnight to everybody, and then we're going to go ahead and play out with a word from our sponsor. Please.
Night, everybody.
There
Come
you
back
go.
here.
Good night.
Take care.
Alrighty, here we go. Hopefully this works.
All right.
Nope, 1 second.
Hold on. We're going to get it there.
Oh, it's getting rough. Ah.
Oh, man. God.
Back hurting?
Yeah, it's hurting pretty bad. It's getting very tiring out here.
Don't forget to grab you some Canna Comfy when we go up to the house.
Canna Comfy?
So whether you're working on the garden, raking leaves, or playing with your favorite superhero, when you get an ache and pains, well, I always reach for Pre's Trees. It helps what ails you, people. I'm telling you, good stuff. See my friend Bernadette and the Blue Dot family. Get your aches and pains fixed up. We'll see you later.
Pre's Trees, Pre's Trees. It's good for your shoulders and good for your knees. Pre's Trees.